Hey everybody, Bill Knutson here, New York Sports with an attitude. Well, it was disappointing at the ballpark, but I guess there were a few positives for the Mets tonight. Mats was pitching for us, gave up a 2-run homer in the first, so we were down 2-0 early, going against the great Max Scherzer for the Nationals. Mats gave up a home run in the third inning. So, he gave up 3 runs, but then he settled down and ended up with 6 1/3, and only the 3 runs given up gave us a chance. We actually did a little something against Scherzer, which I didn't expect at all. We actually got 3 runs off of him in the 7 innings that he pitched. So Mats, after getting hurt early, settled down and kept us in the game, gave us a chance. When he left, we were losing, so he didn't have a chance to win, but he gave the team a chance to win. He didn't completely fall apart after giving up a couple of home runs early in the game. Bautista helped us out. Again, had a home run, 2 runs batted in, so we were chipping away while we were down. Got a little offense against Scherzer. I love Bautista. I know he's 37, but he's gotten some clutch hits for us. He's on base constantly with a lot of walks. We need to sign this guy next year. A 1-year deal, of course, because he'll be turning 38. But, he can play a couple of outfield positions, play third base. He's a good guy in the locker room, on the bench. And obviously he can still hit. And he draws a lot of walks, so I hope we at least strongly consider, finding a roster spot for Bautista next year. All right, so we chipped away with Bautista driving in a couple of runs. We're down 3-2 in the 5th inning. Peterson comes in, gave up an infield hit. Guy barely hit it, but it found the right spot. A couple of hops in the right spot. Infield hit. Blevins came in to face Harper. I don't know why they keep bringing Blevins in against the lefties this year. They're batting like 1,000,000 against him. I don't know what it is, but I know it's a high average. And of course, Harper immediately hits a 2-run homer. Now I know the 1 run goes to Peterson because he gave up a barely touched infield hit, so I'm not even blaming Peterson for that. But Blevins hasn't gotten lefties out all year. Not that we have anything else really in the bullpen, but I would have gone maybe for Bachelor or something because he's been a lot more effective than Blevins has been. But lefty against lefty, you got to bring in your lefty specialist, even though there's nothing special about him this year. And Harper took him deep. First batter he faced, 2-run homer. Put us down 5-2, so I'm thinking, all right, I don't know if we've got it to come back, but didn't give up. Plawecki, who is one of the lightest hitters on the team, and that's saying something, hit a home run in the 7th, cut it to 5-3, thinking, all right, maybe we're not done. Dominic Smith came up, tying run with 2 outs in the 7th inning. We're down 5-3. Dominic Smith, really? I would have picked anybody on the bench, anybody else, but Dominic Smith. He didn't hit last year. He hasn't hit this year. Why are we bringing him in? I had zero faith, with a runner on first and 2 outs, that he was going to get an extra base hit or whatever. And of course, he strikes out on a pitch that bounces on the plate. So he did exactly what I expected him to do, nothing. All right, so Rame came in. He didn't give up a run. All right, we're still down 5-3 going into the 8th. Starting to slip away from us. Cabrera comes up in the 8th, hits a home run right after Nimmo just missed hitting a home run. He hit it deep to center, to the warning track in center. Didn't quite get it out, and then Cabrera did knock it out. So now it's 5-4. I'm like, okay. Familia came in the 9th. I was like, if we have any chance, he's got to keep it at the 5-4 score. And for the 3rd straight outing, 1-2-3 inning from Familia. So I was impressed with that. Gave us a chance. Reyes came up with a runner on first base. Of course, he grounded into a force play. Hasn't hit all year. Certainly never in the clutch. Didn't expect him to come through, and he didn't. And then Rosario, the last 2 or 3 games he's been hitting, but Yeah, last 2 or 3 games he's been hitting pretty well, but for the most part all year hasn't done much hitting. Came up with a runner on first, 1 out in the ninth. We're down 5-4. I had no faith, and he does what we've been doing all year. He grounds into a double play, and the game's over. So we are the kings of the double play, and you know, I had no faith in Reyes or Rosario coming through, and of course they didn't. All right, so we dropped to 3-5 on this homestand. I was hoping for 7-4 at least, not expecting that, but that's what I was hoping for. So now at 3-5, we've got 3 more with the Nationals on this homestand. We'll have to win all 3 of them just to have a winning homestand. Very unlikely. But we do have some good news. Syndergaard is scheduled to pitch tomorrow night. You know, so hopefully he'll be back to the old Syndergaard and dominate the Nationals, and we can get some offense going. We actually did do some damage against Scherzer and a relief pitcher, but wasn't enough. We couldn't overcome a couple of early home runs from Matz, even though, like I said, he settled down and did decently. And then the 2-run homer from Blevins put it where we couldn't catch up. But you know, Thor tomorrow night, so hopefully he'll get us started. We've got Wheeler Saturday afternoon and Oswalt Sunday. We have to win all 3 of those to have a 6-5 homestand. It's unlikely, but you know, that's what I'll hope for. And we drop back to our lowest point of the year, 17 games under 500, 37-54. But in a couple of weeks, I'm assuming that this team is going to look, you know, different in some ways anyway. I don't know if it'll be dramatically different, but there'll be at least a couple of guys probably gone and a couple of new guys in at least, maybe more, who knows. But we need to shake something up because this offense and this bullpen, you know, we're going to keep having years like this if we don't make some seriously good moves. But okay, that's all I've got for tonight. You know, hope you had, because you probably won't see this till tomorrow morning. Hope you had a great Thursday night, and have a great day tomorrow. Like I said, Thor tomorrow night, 7 o'clock against the Nationals. Subscribe to the show. Make sure you watch. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. And, you know, encourage other people to do so. I'd appreciate that. And in closing, tomorrow night, Let's Go Thor. It's always Let's Go Mets. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.